What's up, y'all? I'm Ryan Mojay here with the MMMORE podcast. We are back, and I'm so excited to be here with my boy Colton Moss for this week's episode. We're going to be tearing it up. We're going to have a great time today. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and send this to everyone you know, your grandparents, your enemies, your frenemies, your situationships. Send it to everyone you know because we are spreading the good word here today. How are you, brother?
I'm good, brother. It's great to be here, man. First ever podcast appearance.
This is your first podcast appearance, and
glad to be here.
And I think you rightfully earned it. You've rightfully earned it. You're a journeyman.
Journeyman electrician. Yeah, I climb high wires and 1,000 foot in the air, and I work on that shit.
You're a journeyman in more ways than one. You're a journeyman in the physical aspect of electricity, but also I feel like you look like Dumbledore's lost
cousin,
long lost nephew. No, his nephew. Yeah, you look like
he nutted in a bitch and ran away. He went to grab the milk, never came back. Yeah. Pack of cigarettes never showed up.
That's right, Dumbledore's long lost nephew. I like it. So, the first thing I'm gonna ask you about first and foremost, because I have a couple topics here. But dude, first and foremost, I want to get into EMF radiation. Are you familiar?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so and this might go into with what you work and stuff like that with electricity. So EMF radiation essentially is like our phones, the laptops, these fucking lights are even letting off some kind of electromagnetic frequency. That is
radiation.
It's what they call
your phone set off radiation.
Yeah, there's different types, but they call it dirty energy. So all of these are producing what they call dirty energy, and really they're harmful to humans. And
your brain waves and shit.
Yeah, your brain waves, and there's a ton of things going on around us that we can't see that are affecting us. And one of the things you can get to protect yourself from these harmful radiation or these dirty energies is shungite. You know what shungite is? Mm-hmm. So shungite is this, and this is true. This is all true. Shungite is this meteor that came down and crashed into Earth.
And they're getting materials off it and rocks.
Well, you know where it landed? Ukraine. It landed Ukraine. And so they were
just right at the start of the war?
No. This is a long time ago. This is a long time ago. But they've been mining off this meteor, and they realized this shungite produces its own positive charge. It actually has its own. So you can take a flashlight. And this was shown to me. You take a flashlight, put it where the batteries go, and it'll turn that shit on. It will turn it on. So
you know what? I've seen that. It's in Africa, isn't it? Is it Ukraine or is it Africa?
I think it's Ukraine.
Because I saw something in Africa that they discovered. It was it looks like aluminum foil. It looks like tin foil. It's a rock.
Interesting.
And it has its own positive and negative charge. Wow. So it can create electricity almost like a battery, but without having to recharge the batteries and shit.
Exactly.
So it's just like an infinite source of power almost.
Yeah, and they're mining this and basically you can buy it, put it in your home office or whatever. You can wear it as a necklace, and it eats up that dirty energy and protects you from it. But regardless, what I want to say is, dude, sometimes I'll take my laptop and you're laying in bed or you're not at your desk, you're laying, you're somewhere else, and you got to put your laptop maybe on your legs, right? Dude, if I put the laptop over my nuts, I can feel the laptop microwaving my ball sack. Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah, if it's sitting on there too long and it gets warm, yeah,
it's really weird.
You're microwaving your babies.
Yeah, well, I noticed it right away because I feel like I'm intuitive to it. Like I feel like you're
one with your nuts.
I am definitely one with the nut.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, maybe this shungite for everyone out there. First and foremost, you should be thinking about where you're setting your, even when you sleep, dude. If you have,
yeah, you can't. I heard, like I said, phones give off radiation. My aunt had a brain tumor.
That's terrible.
And she had to get it removed and shit. And she always has her phone on speaker. She won't put her phone 2 feet of her face because it gives off radiation. So
especially
like when you
while
fall asleep,
doing a phone call.
When you fall asleep, like puppy love relationships, you're falling asleep with your girl on the phone. Your phone's right here. That's all radiation.
That's terrible.
Or you're charging it. Keep it under your pillow. That's all radiation.
Yeah,
right
and
so
also
you gotta keep it within 3 feet away from you when it's charged. You don't really want that shit sitting next to you 24/7 because it's giving off the radiation.
Mm-hmm. And also when you're charging it, like when it's plugged into the wall, even that the transaction of the energy from the wall outlet to the charger is releasing harmful EMFs, which is really bizarre because you don't hear anybody talk about this shit. And like you said,
because everybody who talks about it gets silenced.
Well, yeah, that could be true. So maybe we'll see you guys next week, and maybe we won't.
Yeah, right. We might be fucking cut off. But yeah, look at Andrew Tate, for example. I mean, I'm not riding his dick or nothing, but he's out here spitting truth, and he's getting canceled. He's getting falsely accused of human trafficking and all this shit. And he talked about the 3 strike rule. He said first you get canceled, second they falsely imprison you, and then third they kill you.
Yep, he did.
So
he got
one more strike. He got one more strike, and if he winds up dead, then we know he's posted on multiple videos. I'm not suicidal. I will not kill myself. I'm not going to be another Epstein. So if I do kill myself, it was somebody else.
Yeah, there was foul play. I personally don't really care about the other things that he's okay. Here's the thing: 2 things can be true at one time, right?
And there's 3 sides of a coin. There's heads, tails, and there's the edge around it. That's the real truth. You got 2 people's side of the story, and then you got that edge, which is the truth.
The absolute truth.
The absolute truth. That actually happened.
And regardless of if he's committed crimes or not, I think what he's done for motivating young men to just inspiring people to be the best version of themselves
is getting cut off for it because the government wants us to be in a slave mentality. If you think about it, the definition of a slave is somebody who works for some house, a bed, and food. I'm working 2 jobs. That's pretty much all I can afford right now is a house, my bed, and my food.
Yeah.
It's pretty much all I can afford. I don't have money to go out and spend all this ridiculous shit because I'm not trying to get it like super deep into it, but we are in the matrix. We are in the matrix. Like we're slave minded right now. And a lot of people don't understand that. And it's hard to get out of that because there's not a lot of ways to get out of it. You have to work to live. You have to work to survive because that's the way the government's made it. And the corporations are on top of that. Like there's no Republicans and Democrats. It's the corporations ahead of it, and then it's those 2 right here that are fighting each other to distract us. And then you have more distractions like males versus females, feminists, and you have transphobic and all this shit, and you have all these separate distractions trying to keep
even
us away
sports
from the
teams
main
and stuff
thing.
like that too. It goes so deep, and it's integrated in quite literally every facet of social life today. You know what I mean? Everything comes down to, well, what side are you on? You know what I mean? And like I said earlier, 2 things can be true at once. I can be a part of this side while also being a part of this side. And
you can have truths on both of them.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could even just you can be this person and still have love or be able to see the other person's point of view.
Right. That's kind of like bring religion into the matter. Say I'm a Muslim, and I meet someone who's a Christian. You can't just hate them just because they're a Christian, because Muslim and Christian beliefs actually have a lot similar. Allah is basically God. I don't know. I'm not informed on the Muslim way, so I can't really speak too much about it. But I know that Christianity and Muslims are pretty close to each other. It's all, they're worshiping one, the almighty true God. So, and that's another thing that's separating us from the fucking top is religion. Coming up with all this, like you watch the Grammys, they have all this Satan worship and shit on the Grammys. If you look at the CERN over in Switzerland, they're opening up portals and shit.
Dude, I've got a really good book for you. I've got a really good book for you on that. It's by Nicholas D. Hinton, and it's called the something cube singularity, some kind of singularity event that they're predicting. But it's pretty nuts. I'll go ahead and show you that. But as we move forward with this type of topic, what is your take on sunscreen? Do you use sunscreen? Like, say it's hot, you're going to be out there.
I don't. I lived on a boat for a whole summer one time. I lived on my grandfather's boat.
Yeah.
Me and my cousin stayed on it pretty much all summer. We were sleeping on it, wake up, and we'd fish every day for the whole summer, basically. We lived on that boat. And I got really bad sunburn because there's black asphalt that we were walking and fishing on, so that attracts the sun. So it's getting baked. We're getting baked from the top, and then that bottom's radiating heat too, because all that fucking concrete and asphalt's heating up too, and it's all, so you're getting fucking cooked. Hot as shit.
Yeah.
I got 3rd-degree sunburn on my back. Wow. All the way across the back of my neck was one big scab. I couldn't turn my head or grip the scab.
And what were you wearing though? You weren't wearing any?
I was shirtless, bro.
Wow.
I was shirtless because UV rays can be harmful to you. They can cause cancer, like melanomas or something like that. I forget. It's the little spots you get of skin cancer. Yeah, that's true. My grandma had it. But I believe I don't believe in that shit. No, I'm not going to use sunscreen.
Yeah.
If I burn, I burn. And then after I burn, usually I burn once. I'll burn one time at the beginning of the summer real bad, and then it'll heal up. And after that, I don't get burnt. I tan.
Yeah, exactly.
And I believe that's natural. I believe that's how it's supposed to be. You're going to burn if you're sitting inside all winter. You're never seeing any sunlight. It's always cloudy, shitty, especially in Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
it for fucking 6-7 months out of the year, it's cloudy and shitty. So you're gonna go out, you're gonna get burnt the first time. You're gonna get a sunburn because you're not used to those UV rays. You haven't had them for 6-7 months straight. You've been sitting inside.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna get burnt.
And then also the thing is that you put on the sunscreen on a hot summer day, and now it's nice and hot, so your pores are opening. And the chemicals are seeping into your pores, and then you're baking them into your pores and your skin, and essentially your bloodstream.
And then you walk back into an AC'd house and it's closing all your pores.
Yeah,
so all that shit's closing right inside of it.
Yeah. So I try to stay away from sunscreens. A lot of people think I'm absolutely nuts because I don't use sunscreen. I just
call us conspiracy theorists.
Conspiracy theorist. Calls it conspiracy
theorist.
No, yeah. So I was in Florida, and dude, I never used sunscreen one time. But also, here's the thing: if I know I'm going to be outside in the sun, you know what I mean?
You said you never used
not
it in
once,
Florida?
not
really?
once. No, and
like I said, you let yourself burn once, and usually after that you tan.
Yeah, and I never had any egregious burns where I was couldn't move my neck or anything like you. But of course, yeah, you know.
I mean, I was out there all summer.
Yeah, exactly. But I would wear long sleeve fishing shirts, or I would wear
like the hook shirts and shit.
Yeah, I would wear shit to protect myself just because I know
that's what you're supposed to do.
That's a much better alternative.
I was ignorant just being out there shirtless. Burn, and then it was sunburn start to heal and burn over it, and that's what caused the scab. It would burn, and then it'd heal a little bit and burn right over it, and burn and burn and burn.
Yeah,
it was awesome. But that was the first time. That was right when I moved up here at Port Clinton. I was from Akron. I was never really into fishing. I was fucking in the house or kicking it with my homies in their house. I was never really outside because in Akron there's not a lot of shit to do outside unless you out there gangbanging or doing whatever you're doing. But I'm not like that,
Right. I'm sure there's something. I'm sure
there's a lot of
like
shit
a rec league soccer or
but
something like that.
Yeah, I wasn't really into sports, but I don't know. I moved up here and I got heavy into fishing, and that was the first year I got really into fishing. So I stayed out all summer, and we asked our grandpa can we stay on your boat? Yeah, he came. Every now and then he'd come pick us up. We'd go grab food. He had a boat, or he had a fridge in his boat and everything. So we pretty much just lived on the boat.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I loved it. Besides the fucking 3rd-degree burn on my bag.
Now, I guess we're gonna have a before and after conversation here because, do you drink tap water? Are you cool
every day?
Every day?
I drink so much tap water, bro.
Are you fucking with me right now?
No, I'm serious. I drink so much. I drink probably. I have an old Corona bottle. It's the big one. It's the big one. It's not the fucking whatever. It's the big bottle of Corona. It's this big. It's emptied. I've cleaned it out, and then I use it for water, and I'll fill that bitch up, and I'll drink 3 or 4 of those a day of tap water.
Why?
Because I need to hydrate, bro.
Yeah.
I don't have the money to go out and buy water right now.
Well, you could one-time purchase of some kind of water purifier.
Filter?
Some kind of filter. Because there's
a lot of bad shit in tap water. And I realized, and especially after that whole East Palestine.
Well, that's deal, and then I was going to say now,
all the Ohio rivers are all contaminated, all that, and that's going. We're not really affected because we're up in the eastern part, or we're up in the western part of Ohio.
Right.
Supposedly the wind's pushing it the opposite way. I don't believe it.
No, when I first got here, dude. When I first got here, the last week, dude, for the first 3 days, I had headaches from the left side of my head. And people,
dude, what's crazy is I've been at work, bro, and my left temple will start hurting like a motherfucker. Bro.
And people are just like, dude, you're the atmosphere.
I thought it was just a migraine.
It's because you came from Florida up to Ohio. They love to just push it off instead of.
Well, the elevation levels aren't that much different.
No,
right?
Yeah, I don't know what.
We're not that high and all. It's not like Colorado. You're not up in the mountains.
Right, exactly.
We're pretty much.
So people love to just tiptoe around that instead of saying, "I wonder if it could be this." Why? They're so quick to just be like, no, it couldn't possibly be that. Instead
because they don't want to believe it. They
even
don't want to believe it. But if you don't believe it, it doesn't mean it's not true. Just because you like me drinking, it's like I drink and it's like shit. I don't believe in cirrhosis. I'm never gonna get it. But if you drink every day,
what's cirrhosis?
Cirrhosis of the liver.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's a main vein going through your liver. I don't have
main vein.
I don't have it right now.
Right.
But there's a main vein going through your liver, and every time you drink, it gets cauterized outside of it, and it shrinks up. There's a bunch of fat and shit that shrinks up, and eventually cirrhosis is when that's clogged, and then that's your filter. Your liver and your kidneys are your filter, so it clogs that. And
where all
so it's not you're not getting any filter. It's all going into your body. Dude, and that's what kills you. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have. Do you have these things where it's like, what are your you know, that right there, that conversation makes my jaw clench. It's like almost hard for me to talk about.
It's hard to talk about, but you have to talk about it because it's reality.
No.
And that's
I understand
just like
that.
what you were talking about. Everything that's hard, they don't want to talk about it.
Dude.
It's hard to talk about it, so they don't want to talk about
That's
it.
full
They don't
circle.
want to talk about the shit because it's hard to accept the facts. But the facts are there, and you have to realize that, like, all this shit, like with the East Palestine fucking train derailing and shit, that's all up in the atmosphere now. It's raining.
Oh, yeah.
It's raining acid
Cats
rain.
and dogs, basically.
Yeah, man. It's raining acid rain. All that shit. That's all cancerous, man. You know
Mm-hmm.
what? It's phosphine gas. I'm pretty sure is what it's called. They used it in World War One. They used it in World War One. But
wait, is that like
that's my ringtone? Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say every time you say they used it in World War One.
Yeah, they did. No, they're hacking my phone. They're like, oh yeah. No, but so they use it. It's banned at war because what it does is it melts your lungs and you'll drown from the inside.
Yeah.
Your bodily fluids will start going into your lungs and you'll drown.
So what it was originally used as chemical warfare.
Yes.
And they were like, fuck that. You can't do that.
I can't say who it was used by. I'm not really knowledgeable in World War One. I studied World War II a little bit, but I know in World War One they used it just because this Palestine shit came out and I did some research.
Of course.
But that's and vinyl chloride, when it's burned, it turns into this phosphine gas.
Yeah.
And when it started to leak, they decided to set it all on fire.
Right. I was there.
Instead of just fucking like, I'm not an environmental scientist. I don't know how else you can get rid of it, but I'm sure you could dig up the soil and put it in another container or something and move it out of there rather than burning it to stop an explosion, like a controlled fire. So it's not an uncontrolled explosion. That's all bullshit.
Yeah, that is insane.
That's all bullshit.
And that was right. That's East Palestine, Ohio, which is right near
the border of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, the border of Pennsylvania, but also the richest Amish farmland.
Really?
Yes. There's a huge
I didn't know that.
population of Amish folk right in that area who also are
all their soil is getting fucked now.
They're also the least vaccinated group on the planet right now. So it's kind of interesting just the way that goes. Lots of theories, a lot of things could come out of this, but you know, I was really, dude, like when I was in Florida and I heard about the train derailment and all of this, these cancerous chemicals, and this was, 8 days after already. And I was like thinking, holy fuck, do I need to go back to Ohio? Should I go back to Ohio?
Right.
A lot of people were like,
you have to worry about that.
Yeah. Cause now
and everybody wants to push it off. Just like you said, they want to push off the facts that they don't want to accept.
Yeah.
Because they're ignorant to it. And
so
ignorance and stupidity are two different things. Stupidity is knowing the facts and ignoring them.
Yes.
Ignorance
is the lack of
not
knowledge.
knowing.
It's the lack of knowledge.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's the lack of knowledge.
And there's a negative stigma around the word ignorance. Like if you
call
someone
someone ignorant,
you
think it's calling you stupid. No, that's you're
uneducated to the topic in which we're speaking about. So a lot of I've had to tell people that too, but no, when the whole train thing that went down, not only was I hurt because my family lives here in Ohio, and this is where I was born and raised.
All my family lives in Southern Ohio.
Yeah,
so they're all getting directly hit.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all getting directly hit by it, right through the Ohio River and everything.
That's
so
tough.
It does worry me.
Yeah, and
my aunt that I said had a brain tumor, she lives in Rittman, Ohio.
Wow,
which is not central. It's a little south of Central Ohio. So she's getting hit with all of that.
Yeah. And I was just like, damn, my family's being affected. And then, not to be selfish or anything, but I'm like, do I want to go home and be exposed to cancerous, air, water, whatever else is out there? You know what I mean? And I'm just damn, it was definitely a decision I had to make, but I didn't really have much of a choice. But I guess I did have a choice, but here I am, I made the choice.
And then Biden runs off to Ukraine when he should be going to East Palestine.
Yeah, that was bizarre to me that he
wanted to go all the way out to Ukraine.
Yeah, he's having a trip to Ukraine, and then of course that weekend Trump comes to East Palestine. You know what I mean? I'm just saying
that's political shit.
I know
that's
all political theater.
That's what he did.
It's all political theater, and he may.
But at the same time, at least he showed up.
Yeah, at least
he showed up
because they do need a voice.
He's not even
leader.
the president right now.
You know what I mean? Well, I know
the president. Well, right, but the president should have showed up, in my opinion.
Right,
I feel like they're calling it the Chernobyl of Ohio.
Right. Although
that's a big deal.
I agree. Although calling it Chernobyl of Ohio,
it's not the same.
It can also be a scare tactic. It can be used to institute fear. Because if we're thinking about it logically, this chemical doesn't have nearly the half-life that the toxic radiation.
It doesn't have any half-life.
Right.
Well, it doesn't have a half-life, so it keeps going. That's what. No, that's worse than radiation.
Okay.
Radiation has a half-life.
Right.
This phosphine gas doesn't have a half-life.
Interesting.
It's going to keep getting rain into the atmosphere, and it's going to keep going.
It's going to cycle.
Wow. Yep, it's going to keep
so
cycling.
it's there forever.
Not, yeah,
it's fair.
Yep. And it's not getting, to my knowledge.
Diluted.
To my knowledge, yeah. But it's not like radiation, which has a half-life. Like, which,
right, but
I mean, Chernobyl, fuck, you probably still shouldn't be there for another 200 years.
Fuck.
But, like, and there's still people living there right now.
What?
There's people that refuse to leave, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Still people that refuse to leave Chernobyl because it's their home. But, like,
so
I mean, I get it.
They just live in a desolate ghost town?
Yep.
And go, what do they drive 40 minutes to the nearest grocery store?
I don't know. I'm ignorant to that, but I know that planting turnips. I don't fucking know, like something like.
Dude, that's insane. But yeah, so there was a lot, and I wanted to talk about the Ohio train derailment, but I also, when it happened, dude, I was so worked up about it, like emotionally, and I didn't have the facts about it, and I was just like,
I still don't have all the facts.
Yeah, well, I don't think anybody's gonna have all the facts about it.
No, because they're not releasing all the facts.
Right,
they're not releasing all the facts about it. I've done days of research on it. I got as much as I can know about it, pretty much. Like, I'm sure I could study it more and learn more, but they didn't release all the facts about it.
Where do you go? Where do you go for your
internet, bro?
I know the internet, but you say you don't use Twitter. That's where I get all my shit. And albeit there's some good information there, and there's also some bad information there. You got to sort through the bullshit.
Elon just bought Twitter. I heard he fired a shit ton of people that were like spreading false information. I just use Twitter for porn. Well, like I said earlier, I only use Twitter for porn. That's the only reason I used it back in the day. But
and we got to get you off the porn too. You're off. I'm
off
the cigarettes. We got to get you off the porn.
I'm not a porn addict. It's not like I beat my dick every day. But I'm just saying, back in the day when I had Twitter, it was for porn. And then I deleted it because I was like, this disgusting app. Post nut clarity after you nut, you're like,
yeah,
fuck, I'm deleting this app. Every time I delete the app and then re-download it.
So, well, hey, at least you're giving yourself extra steps. But he fired all these employees. I mean, who knows if it was just for this reason? I'm sure there was a plethora of different reasons, publicity, right? Or even just restarting. You know what I mean? But he fired these people, and now they've done the Twitter files, which they did a deep investigation of. The people who were
child pornography.
Well, no. Maybe, but
I know Epstein got fucking.
Well, they were doing the Twitter files, basically all of Twitter's hand in all of the stuff that happened with the election. They were like withholding information from certain people on Twitter, and they wouldn't they were like shadow banning their stuff. So only whoever party
like the elites could see it.
Well, no, the party that Twitter wanted to succeed. They would prop their stuff up and make the other candidates they didn't want to win shadow ban. No one would see their tweets or anything like that. So they had a hand in that. Yeah. And a whole bunch of other stuff. It's called the Twitter files. And they're all recorded.
I'm gonna look into that.
You should look. And there's like 6 installments, dude, of like hours of people telling about all. They're basically opening the floodgates to all of this information that was withheld from the public. It's pretty bizarre, and it's got to do with not only Twitter, but Twitter's hand in politics, Twitter's hand in elections, Twitter's hand in, even Epstein stuff, dude.
Right.
It's pretty bizarre. And as we keep moving forward to AirPods, what is your take on AirPods? Or do you have any knowledge on?
I'm broke as fuck, bro. I can't afford an AirPods.
Well, that's probably the best thing for you because here's the science behind AirPods, and I want everyone to listen very closely. Even if you're listening to this podcast on AirPods, turn it off. And
get them out your
ears, and then start it back up. But the thing is, with AirPods, dude, you got to understand they're Bluetooth. So you take them out, you put one in this ear, you put one in this ear. Now they are connected to each other.
Positive, negative charge.
Well, no, there's a wavelength connection to each other through your ears, right? And then it's also connected to your phone. So think of it as a triangle. So it's connected
going here to your phone through your brain.
And then exactly through your brain. So there's radiation. You can take, those radiation counters where it goes
the Geiger counters.
The Geiger counter. Yes, you can take that and put them up to your AirPods and it starts going.
Shit.
Yeah, and that connection going straight through your brain is terrible.
For radiation, it's killing you.
Exactly,
it's slowly killing you and growing cancerous cells. That's crazy.
Yes, that's why
that's crazy.
You should be using wired headphones, if any headphones at all.
Wow.
So, and I've tried to tell my friends this, and then a week later they're like, "Yeah, I just got the newest AirPods. I just upgraded." I'm like, "You're
said,
fucking
"Man."
dumb." But no, that's life. It
Well,
happens.
like we was talking about earlier, there's a difference between stupidity and ignorance. They
Yeah.
didn't do their research, so they're ignorant. They're not stupid. They're just ignorant.
Yeah. And it's tough because you can't
you can intentionally. They say ignorance is bliss. A lot of people stay ignorant intentionally, so they don't know all this shit. I want to know the facts. I want to know the bad shit going on. I want to know everything that's going on. I want to know the bad causes of all of this. It's not gonna like destroy my life, but I need to know that shit. That's important shit to know, and that's what the government should be releasing to the public. Like all the shit with East Palestine, that should be all over the news right now. It didn't hit the news until like 2 days later.
Right. Well,
that's ridiculous.
Almost. I mean, down in Florida, I didn't see it till like 10 days later.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It should have been worldwide news immediately when it happened.
Not to mention, there was another one yesterday.
I saw a video on Facebook. It's Facebook, so it could have been but there was a derailment device, which is something that they strap onto the right side of the track,
like neon yellow.
This one was bright red, and it was right next to a water treatment plant.
Wow.
And he was like, "So tell me why there's a train derailment device right next to a water filtration?" Like,
yeah, you're saying it's being done intentionally.
Yeah, absolutely, by the government. I believe so. I mean, you could disagree, but I believe so for sure.
Well, think about this.
I believe this is all intentional. I think this is all government control.
I agree. And there's something going on. And for people to just ignore that is foolish. But listen to this. This is just a theory, folks. And if this is scaring you, if this conversation is scaring you, or if it's
do your research,
making
you scared.
Yeah,
you need to be scared. You need to be informed. You don't need to be scared. You need to be informed.
Yeah, we're not trying
to know what's going on.
We're not trying to scare you. We're actually just talking about various things that aren't really talked about ever. And maybe look down upon, but don't look down upon it. Just be open to this conversation. Yeah. So here's the theory. That, and it's just a theory, folks, that the vaccine is weakening people's immune systems. So that
I didn't get the vax. I'm an anti-vax when it comes to COVID.
Yeah, I didn't get the vaccine either. And so now they're releasing harmful chemicals in the air that in our immune systems are lowered, so that now it gets people sick easier and can potentially do harm to them easier.
So COVID, hang on, let me try to look it up just so I have the exact information. I'm not trying to misinform anybody. But COVID came out, and there's a scientific establishment called COVID-19 whatever center, and it's like direct proof that it was made in a lab and shit. Let me look it up.
Well, while you're doing that, should we lighten the mood for a moment?
Yeah,
into a nice would you rather.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Now, this is just let your imagination run wild here. Yeah.
COVID-19 facility. We'll come back to this later.
So, ready?
Yeah.
Would you rather gun to your head? Okay, gun to your head. No,
gun to your head. Would you rather?
There's a gun to your head. It's either you get shot in the head,
or you have to choose one or the other.
You either get shot in the head, or would you 69 with your father?
I mean, I guess I'm sucking his dick, man. I'm not trying to die.
Dude, you'd have to flip him upside down, standing, his legs be flapping in the air.
Fuck, bro. I couldn't do that. I tried to lift my dad up. I'd fucking throw my back out. Yeah.
So you sucking his dick?
Oh, yeah.
All right,
I'm sucking a dick to live, bro. I see all these videos like, would you suck a dick for $1 million? Hell yeah. I'm sucking it. I ain't even gay, but I'll suck a dick for $1 million.
I guess if you're on
I'll give you that double a fist, gaunt, whatever the fuck, man.
Wait, that's
shit, man. You talking, no, hell no. You talking about $1 million? I'm sucking a dick for $1 million, bro. I'm sucking the fuck out of a dick. That's a lot of money.
Oh, I said I'm sucking the fuck out of a dick.
That's a lot of money, bro.
For 1 million?
For $1 million? Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah.
Do you think you'd spend the whole $1 million? You'd be back next week like, I'm ready for my next $1 million.
If you can come back, yeah.
Okay.
Probably make a few trips to the guy for real.
So what if it's multiple? What if it's like prisoners? What if you have to suck prisoners' dicks? Yeah, because it's way less clean, dude.
Yeah, it is. It's all fucking guy butt infested.
Guy butt infested.
Oh man.
I
I don't No. Not
Okay,
not for a million, no. Just because I'm not trying to die of fucking AIDS or something. Like,
well, let's think about this.
if it was for life or death, I guess I have to. Like, but
let's think about this for a second. There's one where would you rather suck okay, yeah, would you rather suck 10 different dicks or one dick for 10 minutes?
one dick for 10 minutes because you have less chance of getting any like diseases. If you're fucking 10 different guys, those 10 guys could have fucked 100 bitches each. That's 1,000 bitches.
That's 1,000 bitches.
That's 1,000 bitches. That's 1,000. That's a 1 in 1,000 chance of you getting something.
Okay, and on the last vulgar section of this, okay, so here's the hypothesis, or here's the scene. Your mom and your girlfriend, they
switch bodies, and you have to fuck one of them, you motherfucker. I'd fuck my girlfriend in my mom's body.
No, there's a right answer to this. You say you would fuck your girlfriend in your mom's body, dude. That's exactly what I say, and people think it's wrong.
Well, think about it. If your mom's conscious and
if your mom's body,
conscious and you're fucking your mom's conscious, bro, that's even worse.
And now you guys know
that's souls, bro. You're fucking your mom's soul, bro. That's different, bro.
Yeah, I agree. And even though it's in your girlfriend's body,
it's your mom's body,
y'all know what
that's
happened.
just physical.
And
that's
then
you and your girlfriend. That's you and your girlfriend. That's not between you and your mom.
Yeah, and it's only you know. Your mom doesn't have to know. She's not even there. You know? Okay, but think about this.
She said, "Why the fuck am I 70 years younger?"
The answer is both.
What do you mean?
You fuck them both.
No. I'm fucking one of them, bro. I don't have to fuck. Why would you fuck them both? I want to hear your take on that. Why are you fucking them both? Because then you're fucking your mom.
Whoa.
Like, you're fucking your mom with your girlfriend's conscience is dirty, but it's not as dirty. Like your mom being there and being consciously aware that her son is fucking her is just wrong.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
That's some Alabama bullshit right there.
So when things get do you have any like mottos? Do you have any like things that keep you going? Or do you look in the mirror when you wake up and say anything to yourself?
Yeah,
or
I woke up. I can't be upset today because I woke up.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. God chose to wake me up today. I'm not trying to bring religion into it, but God chose to wake me up today. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I can't, regardless. Okay, so the definition of joy is not the absence of problems. Mm-hmm. Joy is being able to accept those problems and deal with that with a smile on your face.
Right.
Joy is not an absence, because you're never going to have an absence of problems. This life is hell, man. There's all kinds of problems in this life. You're going to have problems, and you have to learn to smile through all of them.
Yeah.
That's the definition. Happiness and joy are two different things. Happiness is you're happy because of the moment. You're happy because of your circumstances. I just won the lottery. Oh, I'm fucking happy right now.
Because you're circumcised?
Yeah. No, because your circumstances.
Your
circumstances. You're happy because you won the lottery. Hell yeah. You spend all that money. You're not joyful. Mm-hmm. You're not joyful because you won that. Joy, like I said, joy isn't the absence of problems. It's the ability to be happy and go through all them problems.
Yeah, and I think there's something in people. Their angles are not aligned with what they truly want. People in their mind almost have tricked themselves into believing that they want something, and that is
physical. You want something physical.
Yeah, that's going to bring them the light that they search and seek. But in reality, it's so deep from within is where you find.
If you can't be happy through can't be happy through your fucking the hell days that you go through, you're not going to be happy when you got $1 million. You got a mansion. Yeah. You're alone. You're alone. You got no love. What's up with that? I mean, even if you got 10 bitches, why am I? You ain't gonna be happy. You got 10 different bitches. You fucking them all. So whatever. It's like I said, joy, man. You have to. Smile through the problems, or you're not gonna be happy with all the success.
Yeah, I agree. And this is a little bit different, but even people who get like surgery to
remove the fat.
No, to reduce their stomach so that they eat less and they become skinnier.
What?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No.
Dude, it's a thing. You go down to Mexico and
like anorexia. Fucking
it's odd.
Oof.
So you have a smaller stomach, so you can't eat as much. So what happens is some of those people, they do it and they get super skinny, but then they just blow up again because they're not changing their habits. They're just paying for the surgery to get skinny without expecting to have to change any of their habits that got them to where they were.
Change your life, you have
in
to
the
change
first
your
place.
thinking.
Yeah.
If If you want to change, you got to change your thinking. You got to think differently.
So, where I was going with that is mine is when I'm faced with adversity, or when I'm faced with difficulty, what runs through my mind is fuck yeah, concrete. And this is something the boys out there, the Lambros know, and everybody else, the soldiers of light, y'all know this. Fuck yeah, concrete.
Yeah, concrete.
Yeah, because you got to think. You ever be walking down the street and you see weeds that have come up through the concrete?
Okay.
So there's flowers there that
shouldn't be there.
Well, no, there's flowers that bloom and you're like, oh, the soil isn't perfect for me. I must whittle, and they die. And then you have weeds that fucking are like, oh, concrete, fuck like, yeah, and they push through that and they're fucking, you know what I mean? They're strong as hell. Life
comes down to your mentality. If you have a healthy mentality, and I feel like mental health is more important than physical health. Physical health is important, don't get me wrong, but mental health is more important, because if you're digging yourself down every day and stressing yourself out, you're going to die young. You're going to fucking kill yourself or something because you're not happy. You have to find happiness in whatever you're going through, because life is shitty, man. Life is shitty. We all got to do shit we don't want to do.
Yeah.
But you got to do it with a smile.
Yeah.
And you got to find a way to love it. It is what it is. Grab another brew, bub.
So if anybody else out there has any any sayings like fuck yeah, concrete, or
comment below.
Yeah.
Comment below. Let us know you're saying for life.
You're saying for life. Tell us what it is. Ours is mine is fuck yeah, concrete. And you guys can use that. Look at dude, sometimes like I'll take an ice cold shower and be like, fuck yeah, concrete.
Oh, I hate.
And I'm just screaming it, you know what I mean? Fuck yeah, concrete.
That's what I try to do at the end of my shower. I'll turn it all the way cold and try to freeze myself.
Yeah.
It closes your pores, and I guess it's good for your mental.
Well,
just freezing through that, knowing that you're freezing your dick off and then going through it.
It
like
builds
ice baths.
mental strength, because you have to face something difficult, being the cold water, and it won't necessarily kill you, but it's gonna be difficult.
Suck.
Yeah, so you do that, and when you come out of it on the other side, you like, mentally got over that hurdle, which is really awesome. I love doing that type of shit. Like just the mental exercises.
I've only done it twice where I really freeze myself out of the shower. I need to do it more, but
when is the last time you screamed?
Yesterday.
Like
when John Jones fucking tapped that man fucking a minute 30.
Well, that's true. That's true. I'm talking about this though, like scream therapy. Do you understand scream therapy?
When you just screaming to get your fucking mental out.
Yeah. So like, dude, I have found some serious relief in scream therapy. As of late. Yeah. I just like, dude, it can be so relieving. Like you don't even realize that you're holding in some of that stuff.
So much pain.
Yeah. And when you just scream, dude, it feels so good.
But I've done it at my house a couple times, but I live in
an apartment building, and they're like, "What the fuck's going on?"
I got 3 different neighbors, and they're like, "Nigga, are you dying?" And they call me, and they're like, "Are you okay? Are you dying?" No, I'm cool.
Yeah, just doing scream therapy. Okay, and as we move forward to the Cardi B and Offset meal at McDonald's, how do you feel about that?
I'm ignorant.
So they do it with like J Balvin, they do it with Bad Bunny, like these super Travis Scott meal at McDonald's.
I heard about that.
Yeah, they're giving these celebrities their own meal, basically, as a meal deal or whatever.
Just for publicity?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's both of them, yeah. So I just can't understand. Like, if I was a rap superstar, I wouldn't.
My last stop is McDonald's.
Yeah, I wouldn't partner with McDonald's. That's weird.
Well, I don't know. You got to think about it. McDonald's is a big corporation, man.
I understand.
There's 2 McDonald's in Port Clinton.
Yeah.
There's every city you go to, there's McDonald's pretty much.
Yeah.
Almost. Like you go out in Buffalo, Egypt, Ohio, no, that's not going to be there. But there's McDonald's almost everywhere. They're a big corporation, so it's not a bad idea. But I get that. Like I said, the corporations, man. You hit that corporations, that's right at the top, man.
That is true. But also, like, thinking about your own personal brand. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's just selling out on the.
If it's for money, yeah. But you want your personal brand. I don't want to be seen a fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, I don't want a fucking T-shirt collab with McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like, that is weird. Like, they had that Cactus Jack. Like, that's Travis Scott's like Cactus Jack with McDonald's, and he put out shirts and stuff like that. It's quite bizarre, but
you know how much he got paid to do that, though? I bet you he got paid a lot of money to do it. That's
why
they're doing it. It was for the money.
And anybody out there buying that shit is like, what do you're going to walk out around in a McDonald's Travis Scott shirt?
And they pimp him. They pimp him, bro. It's Travis Scott.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, that's the way they see it. I don't know. It all depends where you're at when that deal comes to you. Do you need that money? Do you need that $1 million?
By the
or
time
do you already
they
have?
come to you, you
do
don't
you already
need that
have?
shit.
Yeah, exactly. Do you already have fucking $7 billion in your bank account and you don't need shit else? Well, fuck that. I don't need any more money. I'm cool.
Yeah. Well, how much money is enough money for you?
Broke for McDonald's collab?
No, for life. How much money is enough money? Like, when would you ever just be like, I did it. This is good.
I don't have a goal, bro.
Uh-huh.
My goal is not financial. It's life, man.
Yeah.
My goal is it's a blade is only as strong as how much it's been hammered through the forge.
Right.
You're going to get through all them fucking, you got to go through all that bullshit. You have to do it. That's my goal as a man, is to get through all the bullshit and just come out on the other side. And when I'm 60, if I lived to 60, 70 years old, I look back and I'm like, I did it.
Wow.
I don't care if I got a fucking big ass house. I don't care if I'm living in a box. I did it.
Yeah.
If you did it, you did it. You gotta be happy. Like I said, that's joy, man. You gotta smile through all the bullshit. You gotta try to find happiness in hell.
Yeah.
Like, cause this life is hell, man. It's not actual hell, but this life is shit, bro. This life is a test. It's all bullshit, and you have to get through all that bullshit step by step, nonstop. Every day is another test. You have to get through and you have to get through every day. Every day, you just got to keep going. So my goals aren't financial.
Yeah.
I want to be financially steady. Don't get me wrong. I want to have enough money to be cool. Oh yeah, definitely. I want to be fine. I'd love to have a house like this, right on the lake. Shit, go fishing anytime I want. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't get it, I'm not gonna fucking hate myself.
Yeah. I'm
not gonna value myself on my financial situation.
Right, or the things you possess.
Right.
So, on the idea of possessing things, no ghost shit, but there's this brand called Mischief, and you talked about a blade is only as strong as
how much has been hammered and
forged.
Yep.
So this company Mischief, they it's kind of like a backdoor internet type thing. It's kind of like, it's kind of like
a Chrome, but like a incognito. Chrome?
No, not like that. It's like a rare company that they do like drops of stuff, and it sells out in minutes, and then once it's gone, it's gone. And they do
almost like an Amazon kind of,
but they do like they'll email you, drop at 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. Be there, be square, and then you go and you don't know what it is yet, and then you go and it could be, they have like DW40 cologne, and it looks like it's a long DW40 can. They had one where if you sent them in a gun, they melted it.
WD-40?
WD-40.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What did I say? DW40. They had one where you sent them in a gun, they would melt it down into a sword. Yeah,
that'd be sweet.
Into like a fucking medieval sword.
That'd be sweet.
And they somebody sent them in an AK.
How do you do it? Is it like a subscription type deal?
No, dude, it's free. You just got to know about it. That's the thing.
They send you the shit for free?
No. Okay, the drops aren't free, but you can get on there and see the drops and look at it and stuff like that.
How much is it for a drop?
Well, I bought a pair of shoes can range from $450 to $130. I bought one for $130.
Oh my god!
Let's see. Dude, let me tell you about this. They do clothes and that type of stuff, but they also do these like interactive games as well. So they had one called Card v Card, where they had 600 debit cards all linked to the same bank account.
Oh my god!
Okay, and if you buy one of these cards and you get it before they all sell out, now you have a card. And once everyone gets their cards, they say go, and you rush to spend it as fast as you can before the $25,000 in the account. They put $25,000 in the account, and you
multiple like 60 people get it, and whoever spends it first.
Everyone tries to spend as much as they can, as fast as they can. Yeah, and so they do stuff like that. What else? There was one where
I'd get all my shit, I'd scan it all, and I'd sit there and wait to scan it. Right, like when I had a card. Yeah, I don't care if I'm sitting there for 3 hours. What are you doing, sir? I'm waiting for my account to hit. Just give me some patience. You there for 4 more hours? What are you doing, sir? Hang on. As soon as it hits, got a new car.
Yeah, exactly. And okay, so on the topic of cars, they did one called Key for All, and they sent out 1,000 car keys
for one car.
But the thing is, you don't know what the car looks like, and you have to follow a GPS that it gives you and find it.
And it could just be anywhere in America.
And anybody could be driving it. And so if they go into the grocery store, you're allowed to put your key in and go. You know what I mean? It's like that.
What?
Yeah, dude, this is cool shit. I love shit like
That's
this.
crazy.
I know.
That's like,
But something that goes through my mind is like, what about insurance? Like, what about you know what I mean? Like, how about the details? You know what I mean?
where's the title? Like,
Yeah,
are you getting
what's
the
the
title
title?
notified to you? Like,
Yeah, there's
or
a lot.
notarized to you? Are you getting the title notarized, or what are you doing?
There's a lot, and so then
you just take the car and then what if they call and report it stolen? You don't have it in your name. You don't
right,
have
and
the
then the cops
registration.
pull you
If you
over
don't
and
have
shoot
insurance
you.
for that car and you get pulled over without insurance, the BMV will take your license. So, yeah,
The cops shoot you like something.
yeah,
You know what I
just
mean?
fucking mow you down. Like,
so yeah, this Mischief app, dude, they do cool ass shit, and I love them, dude. I actually got a pair of shoes from upstairs. I'll show you in a moment. Yeah, they're dope. But I just like exclusive stuff like that. Just because
that sounds crazy. It's
this
just
is
random.
fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Just random.
Oh, the last one I'll tell you about is called Tontine, I think. Tontine. And you had a window to sign up for this. It's $10. Everyone pays $10. The pot got up to $71,000. Okay.
It's like a bet.
No. So now everyone's in this game, right? And what you do is you have to log on and do a task with your little character every day, and that keeps your character alive. And if you don't get on and do your thing, your character dies. The last person standing gets the $71,000.
No shit.
And there's like 343 people left out of.
That sounds sweet, bro. That sounds sweet.
Yeah, they do it like
that's like Mr. Beast. He said, "Whoever takes your hand off this Lambo first loses. You gotta keep your hand on it for
on
long."
the Lambo.
Like, yeah.
And dude, like they did shit like that too, but on your phone. So your phone screen.
So you just have to get on the game every day and do whatever on your app.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like Instagram. You get on Instagram every day,
right?
You know?
Or just a little game. Just fucking do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, and so they had one where the pot got up, and you had to keep your finger on your phone screen. And if you took your finger off, you're eliminated, and the last person with their finger on the phone screen wins. You know what I mean? The money and shit like that. So I like stuff like that. And I would, you know what? I want to do giveaway games and stuff like that too. So for all you more listeners, we're going to be doing a newsletter soon. We're going to be sending some stuff out, and we're going to have some really cool prizes that you could potentially win by being affiliated with us. So check that out. On that note, my friend, should we go through the purge hypothesis? Is that a topic you'd like to talk about?
Yeah.
Cool. So, obviously we've all seen the movie The Purge. There's like 5 installments of it.
I've seen The Purge. I haven't watched. What did you say the version of The Purge was? Like the Family Guy or some shit?
It was Rick and Morty.
They
did an episode based on The Purge. And basically the question is, do you think if there was a period of time from sunup to sundown, or sundown to sunup, that you could do all crimes.
Do you think the crime rate would lower?
Do you think the rest of the year, the 364 days of the year, do you think the crime rate would be
peaceful?
Lower? Yeah, do you think it'd be more peaceful?
I feel like, I don't know, because I'm stuck, because I feel like there'd be a lot of revenge killings, but it's like,
you gotta wait.
Maybe I just wait until next year to do it, so I don't spend the rest of my life in prison. So maybe, but like that'd be, man, you'd have people's security for their houses would be so much higher. Like, they'd be.
Well, that's what happened.
Like every redneck in Southern Ohio, they'd be fucking strapped up and ready to shoot anybody they need to. They'd be fucking ready. Everybody would be ready for it. So it'd be like, I don't know, man. It'd be a lot of killing.
Mm.
I don't know, man.
I mean, dude, you got to think just like how the
I mean, the movie it makes sense. Like, just to get all that anger out, like we was talking about earlier, that scream therapy. Sometimes you just need to let it out. Murdering people, I'm gonna fucking kill people sometimes, but after you do it and you go through with it, I don't think you'd want. I think you'd regret it.
Do you think it'd be like
if you were sane?
Do you think it'd be like post nut clarity?
Like after
you do the killing,
exactly.
like, oh,
I think if you were sane, you'd be like, damn. I really just killed this guy's mom, or whatever you did. Like, I just fucking killed this guy's baby. You know, like, damn.
Oh my God.
I shot the whole fucking, burn their house down. Like, damn, I did all that. And the next day you'd be like, motherfucker, like, I did all that. Like,
oh, so you're talking in a purge sense though, like in the situation of the purge.
Yeah.
So I think, because even just like in the movie,
I don't think law has to do. Laws and morality are different. Like, just because it's legal doesn't mean it's right.
Right. Correct.
Like drinking, that's not fucking right. Oh, I drink a lot. It's not right. But I don't know, man. Laws and morality are two very separate things.
Well, just like in the movie, people had crazy security systems. The security system, they had metal things that would go
yeah, the doors
on the walls,
on the stores
like
and
that.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and
they
then
have those in New York and shit, bro. That's
yeah,
real shit. That's
that
not just because of purge. That's just because motherfuckers are crazy.
Yeah, right. And then there was even like the government sending in what is it? In one of the movies, they had mercenaries hired by the government who were purging innocently and fun, going into poor neighborhoods and completely
Obliterating people? No shit.
in the poor neighborhoods.
In
And
the movie?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, I mean, you already see that type of stuff, so there's no doubt there would be like
there'd be a lot of
inside
murders.
of
There'd
that.
be
There'd be a ton of corruption inside of the
economy would fall though. Like imagine
because you spend the whole year rebuilding all of the turmoil that the country just went through,
and then like somebody fucking goes and rob. I mean, I know banks are secured by the government. They can loan out money they don't have. Banks can loan out whatever money they don't have. So I mean, I guess if they got robbed, they don't have any of that money. They get reimbursed by the bank or by the government because they could just fucking print the money.
Yeah.
But I think there'd be more turmoil than success out of it.
I think so too. Real. Yeah, I don't think it would be a positive thing. I think
no, because then there'd be a lot of revenge killings throughout those 364 days where they're just like, oh, you killed my all right, bet. Let's fucking, you got this score. All right, well, I'm gonna go even the score or I'm gonna raise it my side. Like it's just like fucking Chicago and New York and shit. Like you killed my homie, all right, well, I'm gonna go kill two of yours. And I don't think it'd all just be for nothing.
Yeah, I can't see, but causing mass hysteria like that, you know what I mean?
I feel like it'd be detrimental to our society.
Yeah,
for real.
It would turn us back into
it's a good movie. It's a good movie, but in reality, I think the turmoil would outweigh the positives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. If they were. Imagine the inverse of that movie. Instead, from sundown to sunup,
364 days, you do whatever you want, and one day we have laws. Said, all right, today you can't do anything wrong, but the rest of the days do what you want. You mean you said the inverse? That's the inverse I see. Like,
that is that's so smart because that is the inverse. But think about it like if they spent one day of the year. Like, obviously there's laws and stuff, but then there was one specific day where nobody had to work, absolutely no one, and we all came together for peace and love. But that's supposed to be Thanksgiving,
like
you know what I mean?
Well, Thanksgiving's that's another whole topic. Like fucking shit, man. We came and fucked all the Native Americans and killed them and took their shit. That's different. I'm thinking more like a Mardi Gras or like the Burning Man out in Arizona, I think.
Yeah,
like the big Burning Man. Like we got the Burning Snowman, but that's nowhere near the side. Like the Burning Man is basically what's that big hippie fest they used to have back in like the 70s and shit. You know what I'm talking about? That big ass festival that they go to. Everybody was fucking tripping on acid and shit. Fuck, can't think of the name of it.
I know it's on the tip of my tongue as well.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it, but it'd be something like that. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah,
if the whole once a year everybody did it, but like, would it be mandatory? Would you have to do it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, because you don't have to get involved in the purge. You don't have to kill.
Right.
But also, I feel like a lot more people would indulge in that than they would spending.
Well, killing people. Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to fucking kill somebody now and then. But like I said, the turmoil out of that's a big deal. That's a lot of bullshit coming afterwards. You got to face your consequences. It's karma, man. Whatever you do is going to come back to you. So, like, that'd just be a whole lot of hell. I think if it was a mandatory, like, burning snowman or a mandatory meeting of peace.
Mandatory meeting of peace.
I feel like it wouldn't be so peaceful because it's mandatory.
Yeah, right. So it's not genuine.
Motherfuckers don't want to go.
It's not genuine.
Yeah,
right? It's just
I don't
want
to go, but I'm getting forced to go. Like when you're a little kid, and it's like, all right, we're going to church. Like I'm a Christian, don't get me wrong, but I'm not trying to go to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
And you get woken up at the ass crack of dawn on a Sunday. It's like, I don't got school today.
John Jones.
I'm chilling today. I ain't doing nothing. Man. he beat the shit out that man. Well, he didn't even beat him up. He just tapped him out.
He
within
did.
like the first round.
He did.
Like
That
a
was
minute 30.
awesome. That was so sick.
Yeah, man.
Well, Johnny Depp, thank you so much for being the guest on the More podcast today. This was so fun, dude. And again, our first in-person podcast, dude. You helped. I mean, you gave me the confidence
first of many more. The first of many more.
More. I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
But no, dude, you helped me kind of, break down the barrier of the wall I thought I could not climb of doing this in person, and I'm really happy
you just
for that.
need somebody to help you step up.
You do, and I appreciate that so much. So, anything you want to promote to anybody watching out there?
I love you guys. God bless you.
Awesome. Well, guys, go ahead and like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us your daily affirmations. Tell us what you say. Tell us what you tell yourself daily. Send this to everyone you know. Again, your grandparents, your friends, your enemies. The neighbors,
the children that you don't know you have. All of them.
Send it to everyone, and we appreciate you guys being here and listening. This has been the More Podcast. I'm Ryan Mosier.
I'm Colton Moss.
Thank you very much. Peace
Great
out.
Time.